This story of electronics begins several years ago when a friend of mine called me from down the street, and he had an amplifier and it was making terrible noise. So I took one of these inline chokes or online chokes or snap-on chokes, whatever you want to call them, and I took it down there and I wrapped it around his power cord. And these are the same things that you see on power supplies these days. You either keep interference in the box or out of the box, whatever. Anyway, I took it down there and I had a bigger one, and it was an old Radio Shack one. And I ran the cord through it twice and snapped it closed on it. And all the interference went away. In fact, it was so quiet, I thought something had gone wrong with the amplifier until we plugged in a mic, and boy, it was just whisper quiet. So where is this going? Well, I thought I knew how these worked. I thought that what happened was when you had a signal like from a nearby AM radio station, like we have here, we have one's about 1 kilometer away, and it'll really introduce the noise. It's good for crystal radios, but yeah, not so much for amplifiers. Well, anyway, I thought what happened was that the signal came in, you had the 50 or 60 hertz, whatever your country uses, and it came through here and it could pass through here because it was a low frequency. And the higher frequencies would interact with the ferrite in here, and the ferrite was very inefficient at passing higher frequencies, and so it would basically convert those frequencies to heat. However, in a recent experiment, I found out that my thinking was totally wrong. So let me show you what I did. I have one of these snap-on ferrites, and I put 2 turns of wire on one side of it, so these are split in half. So to make sure it was, an accurate measurement, I put 2 turns of wire on each side. And what we're going to do is we're going to hook up the frequency generator to one side, and then we're going to hook the scope up to the other side, and we're going to see how efficiently this thing transmits power. Does it act like a transformer, an efficient transformer? Or, as what I learned a long time ago, it's a terribly inefficient transformer at these frequencies, and it'll eat up the power, and that's how it gets rid of stuff. Okay, well, let's test that theory and see if it's right. So here's our setup. We have our frequency generator, we have our scope. On one side, we have our generator going into 2 turns that wrap around this split core, and then we have the scope on the other side of our split core. There's 2 windings here and 2 windings here. Yeah, not terribly efficient, but it will do the job. And so what I've done is, on this side, I have set it up to 1 megahertz, and over here we are seeing basically 1 megahertz bopping in and out, and our peak-to-peak voltage is 3.4, and over here we're about 3.3. So actually this is pretty amazing. It's a pretty amazing transformer with a very high efficiency. So let's go down the scale a little bit, get to the bottom of the AM band. And once again, we're about 3.3, and can't see that, 3.36. And yeah, we're talking 500 kilohertz, and over here, 0.5 megahertz, so same thing. Let's go the other way. So 1.6, this is the upper end of the AM band, and yeah, the voltage and voltages roughly match, and 1.6, and yeah, I'll call it 1.6. So clearly, this is a functioning split core to dampen spurious signals. So why isn't it doing that? Well, apparently what I was taught was wrong, and in fact I found it on websites. I found it on a website of a company that distributes these things. It said that, that certain ferrites could be used to dampen certain frequencies. But obviously the typical one that you buy like from Radio Shack or any of the electronic stores that are current today, that they don't work like that. And what I have found is that you have to have both the plus and minus, I should say the live and the neutral wires on an AC system passing through here before it works. And in fact, somebody had left me a comment a couple years ago on one of my solar videos where I had said that you might need these And he said that it works better if you put both wires through there to dampen its signal. And so yes, apparently how these really work is that they are not dampening out the frequency. Clearly they're not. You can see it right here. What's happening is it's basically acting as a transformer and taking those signals, that higher frequency signal, and it's passing it from the live to the neutral and shorting it out, if you will. Now, yeah, there's not much power. We're talking about microamps, so it's not a big deal. But yeah, it's taking that spurious AM radio signal and sending it from the live to the neutral and keeping it out of the system. Okay, so yeah, just a little something that I'm correcting after 50 years of knowing it wrong, or at least partially wrong, that these chokes don't always work by just absorbing the signal. They actually seem to shunt it from, live to neutral. Okay, well that was it for this kind of expose on chokes. Hope you found that useful and interesting in your DIY electronics experimentation.